So picture this. You wake up, you grab your phone off the nightstand, your eyes are barely open, and you open Instagram.
Like we all do.
Right, exactly. Like we all do every single morning. And usually, your feed is just flooded with like comeback teasers, concert clips, and just standard agency PR stuff.
Oh yeah, the usual perfectly curated aesthetic.
Exactly. But today, the fandom is just silent.
Completely silent.
You're just staring at a black and white wedding photo. A secret that had been kept entirely in the shadows. The teasers dropped, the fandom went completely quiet, and like in an instant, the entire K-pop world was turned upside down by a double announcement that nobody saw coming.
Nobody.
And that is the reality of the 2026 Hallyu wave right now. It is completely unpredictable.
It really is.
Welcome to a deep dive into the StarScope K report. Join Eric and Minji as we ride the Hallyu wave, uncovering the biggest K-pop comebacks, shocking industry controversies, and major K-drama updates. From internet-breaking rumors to historic chart milestones, we dive deep into the world of Korean entertainment.
It is so good to be here. And honestly, we have a massive stack of sources today.
Huge.
Yeah, from SBS Star, Koreaboo, Soompi to Chosunbiz. And the sheer volume of news this week is just staggering.
It really is. I mean, today we are unpacking an unprecedented 2026 marriage rush across the industry, a rookie idol's alarming visual transformation that has the internet frankly terrified.
Yeah, that one is rough.
And a veteran idol's shocking double announcement that has K-nets buzzing like I haven't seen in years.
Well, the contrast between these stories is what really strikes me today.
Right.
Because we are essentially looking at the complete unfiltered life cycle of a K-pop star. You have the brutal, highly manufactured beginning and then eventually the hard-won, very human, happy ending.
Exactly. And that brings us to August 24th, 2026, the headline that literally broke the internet.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So former Spica and UNI.T member Yang Jiwon drops an absolute bombshell.
Just out of nowhere.
Right out of nowhere. She announces she is marrying musical actor Yang Joon-mo, and to top it all off, she is pregnant.
Which is just so wonderful.
It is. And I want everyone listening to just, picture the contrast here. You have Jiwon era's incredibly glamorous but profoundly turbulent 10-year history on stage, juxtaposed with these peaceful, intimate, black and white wedding photos she just posted.
It's cinematic.
It really is.
It's a movie-ending kind of moment, especially when you know the actual mechanics of what it took for her to get to this point.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because Yang Jiwon's road to this peaceful black and white photo was rocky, to say the least.
That's an understatement.
It's a 10-year saga. If you go back to 2007, she was almost part of the legendary, nearly debuted group Five Girls.
Oh man, Five Girls.
Right, alongside Yubin, Yui, Hyosung, and GNA.
Which is an insane lineup if you really think about it.
Truly.
It was an absolute powerhouse group that just didn't happen.
Wait, I've always wondered about that. How does a group with that much raw talent, girls who all went on to be massive, massive stars in their own right, just get scrapped before they even launch?
Well, it comes down to the brutal economics of agency funding.
Okay.
Because behind the scenes, training an idol group costs millions of won.
Right, yeah.
You're paying for vocal coaches, housing, food, choreography, styling, everything. And if an agency's primary investors just pull their funding at the last minute, or if the agency simply runs out of liquid cash, the debut is canceled.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
The artists are basically just assets on a spreadsheet. So, Five Girls was a victim of financial ruin, not a lack of talent at all.
Wow. So, okay, she survives that devastation, right? She moves to Mnet Media, she trains, and she is part of the original lineup for T-ara. But then she leaves right before their debut in 2009 due to creative differences.
Yeah, she was so close again.
So close.
Yeah.
Then she finally formally debuts in 2012 with the girl group Spica.
Yes, finally.
And this is the part that always confused me. They had the massive backing of Lee Hyori as their producer.
Right.
They had killer vocals, great tracks Russian Roulette.
Such a good song.
Such a bop. With Lee Hyori-oh's cosign, how did they not hit that upper echelon of commercial success?
It's the ruthless math of the K-pop machine, honestly.
How so?
Well, having a celebrity producer gets you headlines, right? But maintaining a group requires a massive return on investment.
Like ROI.
Exactly, ROI. To survive, A group needs to hit a break-even point very quickly through physical album sales, digital chart points, and especially lucrative brand endorsements.
Right, the brand deals.
Yeah, and Spica had incredible vocalists, but they debuted during an era that was just super saturated with highly conceptual, heavily marketed groups. If you don't hit the exact right viral trend at the exact right time, the agency stops investing in your comebacks.
The funding just dries up.
The funding completely dries up.
Which leads to the heartbreak of Spica's disbandment in 2017.
Yeah.
And this brings up a reality of the industry that I think a lot of casual fans just don't fully grasp.
They don't.
Like, we see the sparkling outfits and the perfectly choreographed music videos, but when a group disbands, the safety net doesn't just slowly lower them down.
No, it vanishes.
It vanishes instantly.
Absolutely. After Spica dissolved, Jiwon was struggling so intensely to survive that she literally took a job delivering green juice.
Wait, green juice, like door to door?
Yes. Delivering green juice 5 days a week, making barely 5,001 an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she confessed this on the show Video Star.
That is staggering to me. I mean, you are a recognized idol, you've been on television, you have dedicated stans who know your face, and suddenly you can't even afford to buy a cup of coffee.
Exactly.
How is that even possible? Don't they get, like, royalties or a severance package?
Not at all. And this ties back to the idol debt system that was very prominent during her era.
Oh, right, the debt system.
Yeah, the millions of won spent training and housing an idol are often treated as a strict loan by the agency. So if the group doesn't make enough profit to pay back that initial investment, the idol walks away with absolutely nothing. Sometimes they even walk away deep in debt.
That is just awful.
So you are incredibly famous, people recognize you on the street, but you're completely broke.
That is terrifying. But her redemption arc is what makes this current news so powerful, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Because she didn't give up. She went on the KBS survival show, the UNI.T, the Idol rebooting project. She placed 6th, and she re-debuted in the project group UNI.T in 2018.
Such a hard-fought victory.
And then she successfully transitioned to acting in dramas like Divorce Lawyer and Love in the Witch's Game. It is just the ultimate story of perseverance.
It really is. She clawed her way back into the industry completely on her own terms.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, yeah, the twist.
Because the groom, Yang Joon-mo, had a massive secret of his own.
Mm-hmm.
He is a 46-year-old heavyweight in the musical theater world, right? Like, he starred in Hero, Phantom of the Opera, Les Miserables.
Huge star.
But he announced his marriage to Jiwon in the exact same post where he belatedly announced his divorce.
Right, and people were like, wait, what?
Yeah. Like, hold on a second.
Yeah, he was married to a composer back in 2009. And they had a daughter together.
Okay.
But he revealed that they secretly divorced in 2023, and he kept it entirely quiet to protect his young daughter from the media glare and all that unnecessary public scrutiny.
That makes sense.
Yeah. He only revealed it now because he had to legally and publicly announce his remarriage to Jiwon.
Which is a massive amount of information for a fandom to process all at once.
Oh, it's a lot.
Like, you have a marriage, a pregnancy, a secret divorce, a child from a previous marriage. That is a lot of variables for the internet to handle.
It is a PR minefield, usually.
Right. So I have to ask, is it common for K-nets to be this protective and supportive of an idol marrying a divorced man with a child? Or is this specific to Jiwon because fans watched her struggle for a decade? Because usually, like, just a dating scandal alone is enough to force an idol into a permanent hiatus.
It's definitely amplified because of who she is. But what's fascinating here is how the sisterhood of K-pop completely shifted the narrative this time.
Oh, I loved this part.
Right. The reaction wasn't just fans protecting her. It was her peers stepping up publicly to set the tone.
The comments section was literally like a second-generation K-pop reunion.
Exactly. You had T-ara's Jiyeon and Eungang immediately flooding her posts with love.
Yeah.
Her former Five Girls members, GNA and Hallyu, were in there cheering her on. And Park Si-hoon, her former Spica bandmate, left a comment saying, let's meet next week.
Aw, that's so sweet.
It is. That solidarity, that deeply ingrained sisterhood among women who survived the exact same grueling industry trenches, it served as a shield.
Ah, a shield. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, because the K-nets saw these highly respected veterans validating her happiness,
Yeah.
and they followed suit. They offered massive congratulations instead of the usual toxic criticism.
It's just a beautiful thing to see. And honestly, that's not even the wildest part of the 2026 Hallyu landscape.
No, it's really not.
Like, wait until you hear how this is just the tip of the iceberg for a massive industry trend. But before we get into that, If you love staying updated on your favorites, make sure you're subscribed to StarScope K Report. We've got even bigger scoops ahead.
We really do. Because this protective sisterhood reaction to Jiwon isn't just a one-off anomaly.
No, it is not. I was looking at the timeline of announcements in our sources, and I realized this isn't just an isolated incident at all. The 2026 entertainment industry is currently experiencing what the Korean media is officially dubbing a marriage rush.
A marriage rush.
Yes, it is a wave of unprecedented announcements all dropping within months of each other. Okay, listen to this list.
Let's hear it.
We had actor Moon Jae-won dropping a surprise June wedding with a non-celebrity, which was so out of nowhere her agency had to officially deny pregnancy rumor.
Right, because people always jump to that conclusion.
Exactly. Then, Girls' Generation's Tiffany Young legally married actor Byun Yohan.
Oh my gosh.
Right. They completed their marriage registration and are planning a private worship service.
Which sent absolute shockwaves through the Seon fandom.
Oh, completely. And the list keeps going.
Yeah.
2PM's OK Taecyeon married his partner of 10 years back in April. 10 years they kept that quiet.
That is wild.
And a Pink's Yoon Bo-mi is marrying producer Rado after an 8-year relationship. To me, this wave of weddings is like a massive chart, all kill.
Oh, and all kill. I like that.
Yeah, but instead of these second and third generation stars sweeping every single music streaming platform simultaneously, they're sweeping real life milestones. It's a real life all kill.
I love that analogy. A real life all kill. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it says something profound about how K-pop fandoms are maturing.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the demographic is shifting. The stans who grew up with these second-generation groups are now in their late 20s and 30s themselves.
Right. They have their own lives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're getting married. They're having kids. So that hyper-possessive, toxic attachment is finally breaking down.
But wait, I'm kind of confused about the business side of this.
Okay.
Because K-pop agencies are notoriously controlling because they fundamentally sell the fantasy of availability, right?
Yes, the boyfriend or girlfriend experience.
Yeah, the whole parasocial relationship model is based on the artist belonging to the fan. So why would an agency suddenly allow Tiffany Young or Taecyeon to shatter that illusion? What's the financial incentive for the agency to let this happen without a massive fight?
That is the perfect question to ask. And the answer is that the financial incentive has fundamentally changed for legacy artists.
How so?
When you are a rookie, your entire monetization strategy relies on creating obsessive, single-minded devotion. You need fans buying 100 copies of the same album just to get a specific photo card.
Right, the mass buying.
Right. But for second and third generation idols, they aren't selling the boyfriend or girlfriend fantasy anymore. They are monetizing legacy. Agencies realize that a veteran artist makes money through massive reunion concert tours, high-end brand loyalty, and acting roles. You don't need the illusion of singlehood to sell out a stadium if the fans are coming for the nostalgia and the music.
That makes total sense. They're finally getting to clock out of their shifts and go home to real families instead of just living in agency-monitored dorms until they age out of the industry entirely.
Exactly, because think back to 10 years ago. Dating was a career death sentence.
It really was.
If an idol was caught on a date, there were protests, boycotts, fans sending trucks with LED screens to the agency headquarters demanding they be kicked out of the group.
The dreaded black ocean at concerts.
Yes, the black ocean.
Oh my.
And for anyone who hasn't been in the K-pop trenches for long, a black ocean is terrifying.
It is awful to watch.
It is the ultimate punishment from a fandom. It's when coordinated sections of the audience, or sometimes the entire arena, deliberately turn off their glowing light sticks and sit in dead, absolute silence while a group is performing on stage.
It's just psychological warfare.
It truly is. I mean, Girls' Generation went through a famous one back in 2008 at the Dream concert. And to see Tiffany now, in 2026, getting married with the blessing of the fans, it shows huge growth.
That's a great point.
Yeah, we are seeing the fandoms age alongside their biases. These veteran idols have poured a decade or more of their lives into the Hallyu wave. They've paid their dues. And now the fans are allowing them to find peace, to start families without abandoning their artistry or facing that kind of massive backlash.
It's a huge shift in the culture. You read these announcements and you really do just feel happy for them.
Yeah.
But as we know, the K-pop industry is a machine built on extreme contrasts.
Unfortunately.
So later in the deep dive, we'll talk about the shocking viral video of a 5th-gen rookie that has the entire internet hitting the panic button. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a KT update.
The contrast here is genuinely jarring.
It really is.
Because while the second generation is finally breathing freely, the fifth generation is currently suffocating under an entirely new, perhaps even more dangerous, magnifying glass.
Which brings us to our final story, the dark side of K-pop visuals.
Yeah.
Recently, a video clip of Illis on He went completely viral, and we're talking over 2 million views in a matter of hours.
It was everywhere.
Everywhere. And it wasn't because of a killer vocal run or a flawless dance break. It was because her physical transformation sparked massive, widespread concern.
As a fan, it is incredibly hard to watch.
Yeah.
Won-hee is a beloved rookie. She debuted with this very charming, youthful energy, very much radiating that quintessential Maknae vibe.
Oh, totally.
And she was known specifically for her cute cheek fat. It was her signature trait. It made her relatable and endearing. But in this new clip, that is entirely gone.
It is. I have some of the K-Net's reactions right here, and they are really tough to read.
Let's hear them.
So one user wrote, "She is so skinny, I think she needs to eat more food." Another said, "Why is she just skin and bones now? This is making me so sad." And this one really hits the nail on the head. They said, "What is in the K-pop industry air these days for everyone to lose half their size in such a short period of time?"
And we have to remember the microscopic scrutiny this girl is under.
Oh, yeah.
Won-hee previously had to do a live stream just to address plastic surgery rumors because people were obsessively analyzing her face.
Oh, I remember that.
Right. And now, this drastic weight loss. The fandom is panicking because they know exactly what this looks like. They know the signs of an agency pushing an artist to fit an impossible, dangerous visual standard.
So what does this all mean? We just spent the first half of this deep dive talking about veterans like Yang Joon-mo and Yoon-mo finally finding happiness.
Right.
The fans are aging up. The culture is shifting. The fans are literally cheering them on. So if the consumers of K-pop are actively rejecting these toxic standards, why are we seeing the exact same grueling, crushing cycle repeat itself for the fifth generation? What is the agency's incentive to do this if the fans hate it?
Well, this raises an important question about the modern economics of the industry.
Okay.
You have to look at where the money is actually coming from today. 10 years ago, the money came directly from the fans buying physical albums and merchandise.
Right.
Today, the real money is in global luxury fashion ambassadorships.
Ah, the brand deals.
Exactly. K-pop agencies are no longer just producing musicians, they are producing high-fashion mannequins.
Wow, that's dark, but yeah.
It is. Brands like Chanel, Dior, and Celine, they want idols who can seamlessly fit into haute couture sample sizes.
Which are tiny.
Unbelievably tiny. They want a very specific, hyper-thin, global editorial look. The agencies prioritize these lucrative luxury deals over vocal stability, over relatability, and certainly over the idol's health.
So even if the fans are actively begging the agencies to stop, it literally doesn't matter because the fashion houses are writing the biggest checks.
Exactly.
The comments aren't saying she looks great. They are saying, please let her eat, please let her be healthy. But the agency is looking at a completely different metric for success.
Precisely. The agencies are enforcing a standard that even the core fandom is rejecting.
It's so frustrating.
It's a vicious cycle where the pursuit of the ultimate global visual entirely overshadows the humanity of the artist. The fans are maturing, as we saw with the Marriage Rush, but the corporate machinery behind these fifth-generation debuts, it is as ruthless and calculating as it was in 2012, just pointing in a different direction.
It makes you wonder how long this can sustainably continue before something permanently breaks.
Yeah.
Like we celebrate the veterans because they survived the meat grinder, but we're just sitting here watching the rookies get thrown right back into it.
We really are.
Yeah.
Which brings me to a final thought for everyone listening today.
Okay.
If it took Yang Jiwon 14 years of crushing disbandments, failed debuts, delivering green juice just to buy coffee, and surviving relentless reality shows to finally post a happy, peaceful wedding photo, what can fans actually do today to ensure that rookies like Won-hee don't have to endure a decade of suffering just to find their own peace?
That is the real question. The contrast between that shiny, perfect fantasy we want K-pop to be and the muddy, complicated reality of what these artists actually endure behind closed doors. You've been listening to StarScope K-Report, where Eric and Minji bring you the stories shaping K-pop, K-dramas, and the global Hallyu wave. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.